Ventures, this is IMD, George Alvarez coming to you live from here from Mexico.
Hey team, this is Thomas Feuerstein from Austria.
Hola from Mexico. My name is Matamanu, originally from the Cook Islands.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan from New Caledonia.
My name is Jasmine. Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Alejandra Núñez de Colombia.
Cristina Popescu from Feuerstein from Austria.
Hola from Mexico.
I used to be a bartender for more than 8 years, and right now living the dream. We are here in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta.
I met this amazing concept from one friend of mine. I said yes from the first moment.
Oh, I'm so excited. We have a very wonderful time here in the hotel, 5-star hotel, Marivan Resort.
I personally am from Greece. Being here, it's a dream coming true. World Ventures is the vehicle. Get the opportunity, work hard, work smart, and we will see you at the beach of the whole world.
This is the best and the grateful moment, and I want to no miss it in the time. Yes.
This dream trip was a blessing, and really this dream trip remind me how strong we are as a community, how many experiences we can create all together globally.
And believe me, next time you have to be with us. It's unbelievable.
It's my 23rd trip in World Ventures, and you should be here.
You definitely should be here.
You should be!
Y sabemos que él sabe que podemos hacer un equipo de miles de personas aquí. Él cree en nosotros y él sabe que aquí en México va a llegar a haber más de cientos de miles de personas. Si él tuviera que dar un número, no va a ser un número pequeño.
Dale un poco más de jugo ahí. Canta, porque alegra el cielito lindo los corazones.
Hello. Are you there, handsome?
Okay, guys, so we are ready to start. So first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year, Mac team. 2021, it's gonna be the best year of our lives, and we are gonna make it the best year of our lives. And that's the main reason why we are at this call right now. So they say, if you don't go through life by choice, you will go by chance. They say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the reason that we are doing this call is to help you planning your 2021, is to help you go through life by choice and not by chance. And I have to say that I do agree with many of you that you believe it doesn't matter how you start, it doesn't matter how you finish something, whether this is a year, a game, a mission, a job, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter how you start, it does matter how you finish. And I have a very good example about it. Something that happened a few days ago. My favorite football team started the game, and on the first half we were losing 2-0. First half, first 45 minutes, we were losing 2-0, and in my mind I was thinking that there is no chance for us to win the game. But before the end of the game, before the 19th minute, we scored 3 goals. So we started the game in a bad way, but we finished strong. But here's the question: how many times do you believe this will happen? Does it happen in every football game? Does it happen, in everything you do with your life? Does it happen in every year? What do you think? Wasn't going to be easier if my team that game was winning 2-0? So I do agree, it doesn't really matter how you start, it doesn't matter how you finish, but think about it. Is it going to be easier to finish 2021 strong if you started strong? And this is not just the beginning of 2021. It's the beginning of a new career. It's the beginning of a new company here in Europe and in Oceania that most of our people are. Is the beginning of you in a new journey. So it's not just the beginning of 2021. And it doesn't really matter how you start, it matters how you finish. But I'm telling you, it will be way more easier to finish strong if you start strong. And for that reason, I invited today the best one that I personally know in the whole world, who can help us, can help me and you to set goals about 2021, can help me and you to kick off strong 2021. And I have to say that I met this guy back in 2011, and I remember 2011, I met him in Slovenia for the first time ever. I talked to him for not even 1 minute, and 6 months later, 8 months later, I met him for a second time in Crete Island. And I told him, hey Mark, you remember back then in Slovenia, I talked to you for a minute, I came to introduce myself. And his answer was, back then many people, they tried to introduce themselves to me, and I try to remember as many as possible, but I always follow the results. I always remember, you know, the people that they create results, because they make themselves visible to me. And I told him, okay, I'm going to be an IMD. I promise you I will be an IMD. I promise you. And for those of you that you don't know what does this mean, I promise you that, you know, I will be financially free from network marketing, from our industry. I promise you that I will make a lot of money from our industry. And his answer was, I see better than I hear. I see better than I hear. And, you know, that was the first meeting that he really got my attention. And from that meeting, not just because of that phrase, but because of many things that happened on that meeting, he became my personal mentor. That guy helped me to do so many great things in my life, not only achieving financial freedom, not only, you know, improving my business career, but in all the aspects of life, of my life that you can imagine. And he's going to do the same with you tonight. So what I'm encouraging you to do right now is to take a paper, to take a pen, to put your mobile phone on silent, to make sure that you lock yourself in a room so no one can interrupt or disturb you, and pay 100% attention to the one and only, in my opinion, the best network marketing and personal development trainer in the world today, Mr. Mark Aceda.
Well, you are very kind, Stavros. I always, it's always an honor to speak to your team. Always just makes my heart happy to hear the nice things you say about me. And, you know, it is amazing, isn't it? Think about how you almost didn't go to that first training in Slovenia. I remember the road from Cyprus to get there was the trip was so complicated. I remember that you were planning on not going, and your upline at the time kind of put you in check and said, hey, you said you'd go to this. It's amazing how little things like that make such a big difference. Imagine if your upline had been lazy. Imagine if they hadn't taken a call. What if they didn't like confrontation and were afraid to tell you had to go to that event, said, don't worry about it, just go to the next one. I mean, there's such a thin line between success and failure, because if you hadn't gone to that event, you may not have been in the business the next time we did an event. And it's so interesting. So anyway, I am really excited. Happy New Year to everybody on the phone. I know that many of you, I probably do know who you are, or at least you know who I am. But for some of you, you're really brand new to what we're doing. So one way or the other, what I'm going to share with you now is going to definitely bless you if you take it and apply it. And the first thing I have to say, I love what Stavros said right from the get-go. He was saying it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. And before he could even follow up and say what he did, I was going to say the same thing. It really does matter most how you finish, but it matters how you start. Because here's the truth. I don't know that any country is like America in this regard where I live, where every January 1st, whenever people make New Year's resolutions, we know that there's usually two main resolutions. Number one is to get healthier. Number two is to get wealthier. And as far as the one to get healthier goes, a lot of that in America has to do with weight loss, because there's so many Americans that are so grossly overweight. I don't know if any of you have ever come to America, but when you go to a restaurant, you get served a portion that seems like it's a family-sized portion in any other part of the world. It's kind of ridiculous. So anyway, we have all these overweight people, and everyone decides on December 31st, this year I'm going to lose weight. So on January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, when you go to the gym, I'm someone who goes to the gym on a regular basis. You know, I mean, I've always, not always, but certainly for the last 25 years, I've been very focused on my health, and working out's a big part of that. So I'm always at the gym. And I hate the first 10 days of January because every year 100 million or more Americans go on a diet. 100 million. That's a big number. And the crazy thing is the first 10 days of January, they're all gung-ho. And usually by about the 15th of January, somewhere around 50% of them have given up. You know why? Because they got off to a bad start. So getting off to a good start really does matter. So that's a big part of what I want to talk to you about today. Now, with goal setting, you know, there's different types of goals. Okay. First of all, we want to talk about short-term goals, long-term goals. I want to talk about goals being specific. I know a lot of you guys have heard of something called the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is everything about what your unconscious mind is doing to make your dreams become a reality, really. We do a training every year called Journey. We'll definitely do a journey in Europe at some point this year. Ironically, the training where Stavro is talking about where he really got to know me better and where I said I see better than I hear, that was at a Journey training. And it's ironic because at the first event he was at, it was an event where there were a large amount of people there, and I don't interact with the audience hardly at all. I'm on stage. Our events have gotten so big, I'm usually behind the curtain. There's a barrier there for safety reasons, so I don't interact with people in the crowd hardly at all. At Journey, it's 3 times longer, or a 2 to 3 times longer event. And I'm face to face with people, right next to people, talking to people at every break. So that was the opportunity that I had to talk to Stavro and Katerina a little bit, get to know them a little bit. And, you know, the rest is history. So we'll do the Journey training. But for today, I'm going to talk to you quite a bit about what I would talk to people about if you were at Journey as far as goal setting goes. The other thing I want to talk to you about is, and we do this at our View training, many of you have been to it, but, you know, envision a soccer game. We already talking about football/soccer with Stavro. And, you know, you have the people that are trying to score goals, the strikers or whoever. And then you have the goalie who is trying to block them from scoring. So we also want to talk a little bit about who your goalie is. We go through this whole thing every year in our goal setting session training called The View from the Edge. But Journey and View won't be until the second half of this year. So I certainly don't want you to wait that long to be able to get the information. So we're going to talk about how you've got to identify what your goals are, short-term, long-term. And then we want to program them in your unconscious mind. But then also you got to be aware of what and who your goalies are so that you can make sure that you are able to score, because shooting is not scoring. A lot of people shoot and then they don't score. So I don't want you to just set goals. That's one of the things that always drove me crazy. The first couple times I went through a goal setting session, it was more like I'm just making a wish. I might as well have been trying to get a fairy godmother to hit me in the head with her wand, because they were just wishes, where a goal should be something that becomes a reality in your life. Okay, so that's just kind of a precursor. Let me also do this. I know a lot of you guys worked in a company that Stavro and I worked in for many, many years. I know that you've transitioned over now to Secret. I hope you're as happy to be here as I am. I just got off a call with the owner, and wow, we're going to meet for dinner tomorrow night in person and finalize the event schedule for the year. It is such a blessing to have an owner who is so gung-ho for our events and the way we do events. And I just couldn't be more blessed personally to find myself in such great situations. So for those of you who love events, in the very near future, no later than this Saturday, we will officially launch events for the first quarter of the year, and you'll be able to get lots of people signed up. And if you are not on some kind of severe mind-altering drug, that's going to be one of the main things you're going to do, is push people to sign up for this first event. Because I guarantee you, this first event is going to be one for the ages. If I go back to my past 15 years ago, I did the first event for the company that I used to be in. And if I had $1 for every rep over the last 15 years who told me they'd give anything to be at that very first event. And the truth was there was about 225 people at that first event. There was hardly anyone there. And there were some key people there, like Martin Ruoff, who went on to become the highest rank in the company, $1 million ring earner, so on and so forth. There were a number of prominent people who were there, but there were so many people who weren't there. And worse than that was Martin. And I'm going to share this story a lot over the next couple of weeks leading up to the event. But I'll tell you right now, Martin wasn't going to go in the event. How ironic is this? I told you Stavros' story, and I want to make sure this is sinking in. So Martin Ruoff, who used to be a waiter, who's made millions of dollars in network marketing, Stavros, who used to sell cars, who've made millions of dollars in network marketing. They've made way more money in network marketing than they made in their previous careers. Both of them were planning on not going to the first event. They said they would go, but then they changed their minds. And only because both of them had professional uplines, professional sponsors who followed up. Have you ever heard the fortune is in the follow-up? They went to the event. And I guarantee you, neither one of them would have gone to that event if they hadn't been followed up with. And Martin's situation was, he'll tell you, he was in Los Angeles. The event was in Dallas. That's about a 3-hour flight. He was not going to go to the event. 2 days before the event, his upline called him and said, "You're going, right? You said you're going to go." And he's like, "Oh, yeah." He had to go online, buy a last-minute ticket. He was so pissed off. He had to pay so much money for a last-minute ticket. Showed up at the event. And he really didn't think he needed to be at the event. He didn't know who I was. He didn't understand the value. But because his upline had faith and pushed, he went to the event. At the end of Saturday, Martin came up to me. His eyes were like so big. He was like a little kid at their first Christmas. And he's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I don't know. I want to get my whole team to the next event. What do I do? Oh my God, I'm going to call them up right now and rip their heads off." And like, no. Don't call them up and rip their heads off. That won't be good. Call them up and tell them that you screwed up, apologize to them, said you had no idea how great it was going to be. And he did that. And he followed through. And at the next event, he had something like 60 or 70 people. But here's the point. He could have had those people at the first event if he'd promoted properly, and he didn't. There's only going to be one first event in the history of this company. You do not want your team to miss out on it. I'm telling you. I don't want to do more than this right now, but I'm telling you, Saturday, Sunday, you are going to have an opportunity, and you want to promote for this first event harder than you've ever promoted for any event in the history of your career, because you want to talk about getting off to a good start. One thing I think you're going to understand by the end of this call, if you don't understand it now, and I don't mean this to sound in any way cocky or arrogant, but I'm pretty good at what I do. And this is what I told Stavros, I told Efrosini, I told every leader when I first met them. You do your job, I'll do my job. Your job is to go out and present to as many people as you can, and then take the ones who say yes and promote the event like it's life and death. You got to get to the event. Then you pass the baton to me, and my job is to do my job. My job is to make your people easier to work with, to make them low maintenance, to make sure that they understand that this is a long-term endeavor. The Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't be like the average American I mentioned and go on a diet for 15 days, go to a gym for 15 days. You can't neglect your body for 30 years and then look like someone on the cover of a fitness magazine after 15 days. What kind of an idiot would think that way? You know what kind of an idiot would think that way? Almost everybody. 100 million people a year start, and 50 million are gone within 2 weeks. That's a lot of the people that you're trying to recruit into your business. So no one taught them in school about looking long-term. So I teach them about long-term. We'll teach them about specifically what to do with this specific product, how to sell these products, how to get people enrolled, how to do the NSF program. On and on and on. The bottom line is your people will be more productive. And here's the thing, and I'm going to talk about this later when we talk about how you hit your goals, but I'll give you a precursor right now. If you want to hit a goal, you won't hit your goal by yourself. This is not an individual sport. We are not playing an individual sport like tennis. In tennis, if you have your act together, you can be a world champion like Roger Federer. But in soccer, no matter how good you are, you must rely on your teammates. You could be the greatest individual player in the world, and you're not going to win championships by yourself. You must include the other people on your team. To be great in network marketing, it doesn't forget about your promotion. Focus on the people on your team and help them get their promotion. And when you do that, you get your promotion by mistake. So again, the easiest, fastest way, we're gonna talk about goals. Here's the bottom line. You want to hit your first goal? Then you get as many people to this first event we're going to do in February as you humanly possibly can. And then in the end of February and into March, watch what happens when you and your people stop popping ranks like it's nobody's business. You'll have one opportunity to do this. There'll be one first event ever. You want to get off to a great start. If you don't, more important how you finish than how you start. But I'm telling you, talk to anyone who's ahead of everybody else and gets off to a good start, and they are very, very happy they got off to a good start. So what we have to do is this. If you're transitioning from the old company to the new company, congratulations, you transition. I understand we're still waiting for all kinds of stuff. We're waiting for a travel product. You have to look at the company we're in. Secret is, I don't know how many countries they're in right now, but let's call it somewhere between 5 and 10. They are in the midst of opening 40 countries. Wow, is that a lot to bite off? I mean, if they've gone over their entire lifetime and opened 10 countries, and now we're asking them to open 40 within a couple of months, that's a lot of work. So they're ramping up their customer service. They're putting together their travel product. They're making sure we'll be able to do network marketing and not just for not for resale. That's all we can do right now. But here's the bottom line. Let me tell you the first thing. We move the group. Now it's time to build. Forget about moving the group. Moving the group is over. And if you have people on your team who used to be big producers who, for whatever reason, are not engaged right now, God bless them. May the force be with them. You'll always be there for them if they pull their head out and want to start working again. But you need to honestly look at your team and see who is excited and who is working. There's 3 rules. Pay attention, get excited, and never quit. Excitement is very important. So first of all, are you excited? If you are excited, have you told your face about it? Okay, does everyone know you're excited? Because you have to show your enthusiasm in our business. Then go down through your group and find the people that are truly excited about what's going on. And the ones who aren't, that's okay. Some of them will never be excited about Secret. Oh, well, life in the city. Those who eventually get excited because they see other people kicking ass, we'll love on them when they're ready. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But you need to work with the people that are excited right now. And the crazy thing is they may be people that were non-producers in your old group, or they may be brand new people who don't even know what's going on. They barely know anything about network marketing, but what they do have is wild enthusiasm. So we start working with those people, and we work on helping those people go ahead and hit rank is what this is really all going to be about. So I'm very excited. Again, the transition will be in the midst of things. We'll be fixing things every day. The owner of this company is committed to making things the best they can be, as fast they can be. But everyone always wants to be on the ground floor. Well, here's the thing about the ground floor. It's not a paved highway. We're hacking down garbage in the middle of the jungle right now. And then we're going to turn it into a dirt road. And then the dirt road will eventually be a paved road. And eventually it's going to be a super highway. And when people come along and it's a super highway, you go a lot further, a lot faster. But if you want to be a pioneer and you want to be on the ground floor, welcome to the ground floor. To me, it's 10 times more satisfying when the super highway is finally in that you were there on the ground floor. But remember this, most people on the ground floor don't keep rule number 3. Pay attention, get excited, never quit. Because things are not perfect on the ground floor. Things are a pain in the ass on the ground floor. And again, if you're looking for the trainer who sugarcoats things, I'm not him. I'm the guy who tells you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So understand, our first year in your country is going to be a lot of grinding. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of you being customer service for your downline when customer service is not picking up the phone fast enough. And this is truth about network marketing. I say this all the time. In the beginning, in general, network marketing, you are going to be grossly overworked and grossly underpaid. I love when I do that and people have never been around me before and they're sitting there with their new people they brought to the event going, don't tell them that. Calm down. I know what I'm doing. In the beginning, you're going to be grossly overworked and grossly underpaid. And if you don't like that, then don't ever want to be an entrepreneur. That's true of everyone who starts a business. Read some of the books by Kiyosaki. Anyone who knows anything about being an entrepreneur, in the beginning, ready? You'd be better off working in a fast food restaurant, getting paid your national minimum wage than you will. You're going to make more money that way, probably, than you are being a network marketer. But here's the cool thing. 10 years from now, forget 10 years from now, 2 years from now in that restaurant, you're going to be making the same amount of money and you're never going to make a lot of money. If you're a great network marketer and eventually you're going to be grossly underworked and grossly overpaid. I remember the first time I got a paycheck in this industry for over $100,000 US in a month. And I mean, I had worked hard, but like I used to work my ass off to get paid $2,000 a month. So how does a guy like me with the same mind, the same skill set get paid that much more money? Because I'm leveraging my time, because I'm making residual income. So it's the same thing. So this first year, get in the mindset. It's about the mindset. And this is why you've got to get your people to this first training. I'm going to get their mind right for year one, their mind right for being a pioneer, their mind right for being on the ground floor. And once you have an army of people who have their mind right, it's a different game. You know, military, every part of the military around the world, they have the regular military, then they have their elite corps. In the United States, I think many people, because of movies that have been done about it, you're familiar with Navy SEALs. Let me tell you something. I have met a bunch of Navy SEALs. I've heard a bunch of them interviewed. I've read books about them. They are not the most physically amazing humans. And some of them are in great shape, but what separates a Navy SEAL from everybody else in the military is not their physical strength, it's their mental strength. Mental strength wise, they're like Hercules. They are like Arnold Schwarzenegger times 10. Mentally, they refuse to give up. They refuse to quit no matter how shitty their circumstances are. Nothing gets them off the line. Nothing gets them off their mission. So if you want to be that strong mentally, get your people this first training. Again, I'm having fun. Can you tell I'm having fun? I haven't worked in a while. I had over a month off. I'm like, not off, but I mean, away from doing training. So we're going to kick ass with this thing. So anyway, if you're transitioning, you need to get your shit together. You need to get excited. You need to use all the products. You need to develop testimonials. You need to be working harder than you normally work. You need to do a bunch of individual calls. You need to follow up with people. You need to be personally sponsoring people. You need to be selling this product. So you need to just get out there and do what you want your team to do. Here's one of my favorite things. I used to do this in the very first trainings we ever did. I'll certainly be doing it at the event coming up in February. Write this down on a piece of paper. This right now will never be more true. This has got to become like your mantra right now, okay? Because of the time that our company is in. If my whole team does exactly what I did today, how much money will I earn? Do it the other way. How much money will I earn if my entire team does exactly what I did today? So if your entire team sits around writing down goals and trying to motivate the people on your team, how much money do you make for that? None. If you go out and sign up 3 people and sell X amount of product, and everyone on your team does the exact same thing, How much money did you make? Depends on the amount of people on your team. If it's only 1 or 2 people, you made some money. But if you have hundreds or thousands of people on your team and everyone on your team went out and made some sales today, guess how much money you make? A lot. So you need to lead by example more than you've ever done before. And again, here's the thing. Here's the reality. What rank you were in the past doesn't matter at all. Okay. Those of you guys, by the way, that are brand new, you've never heard of network marketing before. Secret is the first company you've participated in. You think you're at a disadvantage. You are at a tremendous advantage because this is all brand new to you. It's all wild, new enthusiasm. Ironically, those of you who've been around for a while, especially those of you that had significant success, this is the mindset people are normally in. Well, I used to have more people on my team. Well, I used to be a higher rank. Like, if you buy into that horseshit mindset, I love that you guys are translating. How do you translate horseshit? I would like to know. Anyway, if you are in that weak mindset, then guess what? A lot of brand new people are going to kick your ass. It doesn't, think about sports for a minute. Doesn't matter when you start a brand new season, what happened last season. If you were terrible last season, so what? It's a brand new season. You don't lose any games this year because you sucked last year. On the other hand, if you were the champion, if you were the World Cup champion last time, what does that have to do with this year's World Cup? It has nothing to do with it. So if you sit around and you're not working your ass off, the reason you won the World Cup last time is because of intense dedication and hard work and sacrifice and whatever it took, teamwork, camaraderie. It takes a lot because all the best teams in the world are trying to win. So if you won last time and you're going to come into this World Cup and go, well, you know, I don't really have to work that hard anymore because I won it last time, you're going to get your ass kicked. Any team can win once. Give me someone who's won over and over and over again. I'm sorry. Let me tell you one of the things that I take great pride on. I was a rep in this industry for 21 years. My first company took me almost 3 years to get to the top. I got there. I made good money, a couple $100,000 a year, nothing amazing. My second company, I took the momentum from my first company. I had a bunch of the same people with me, and we just killed it. I was able to make over $1 million a year, build an enormous team. I was one of the top producers in one of the highest ranking companies in the history of the Inc. 500. It was amazing. Now, when I went from that company to the next company, I started from scratch. And wow, that was the hardest thing I ever did. I have never been more proud of that accomplishment right there. And the same thing happened when I went from my third to my fourth company. So I was in 4 companies as a rep. And my first one was all brand new. My second one, I was lucky. I drafted off the success I had in the first one, and it was much easier. My third and fourth ones, I had to start from scratch. And I got news for you. Most people don't have the mental strength to be able to do that. Most people just don't have what it takes. So a lot of people are hot shots in the last company. They're not going to be hot shots here because they're just, again, they're not going to be willing to do the work. So for new people, come on, man, step up and kick someone's ass who's been around for a long time. And if you've been around for a long time, be like I was and just say to yourself, there's no way a new person is going to pass me. So you've got to get into building mode. So way do we do this is you guys are fortunate in your back office. You have a tremendous thing there, which not every company has, that shows you how close you are to your next rank. And one of the things I love about Secret is when you hit the next rank, you get money, you get cash for it. I've been looking on social media. This person at this rank, they made $500. This person at this rank, they got $1,000. I just saw Peter Powderham just hit the highest rank along with his partner Shush, and their bonus for hitting the new rank, their bonus was $250,000 in cash. Bam. I know Stavros just hit a new rank. So these people, you got a chance to make big money in many companies, including the company I was just with for 15 years. When you hit the next rank, you know what you got? A higher title and the higher ability to make more money. The cap on your income raise, there was no hard cash. Here, you get hard cash for hitting that next rank, which is amazing. So I would imagine you're more fired up about hitting rank than you ever been. So if you don't know how to go in your back office and find this page, talk to someone who can show you. You got to find out what is your next rank, how close are you to it, and what is your benefit when you get there. And then you start focusing on that. You start getting excited about that. Now, let me talk to you about the difference between the price and the prize. The PRICE and the PRIZE. So I just got done telling you, go find out what the prize is. What do you get when you hit that next rank? Okay, now, when you focus, when you think all day long about what the prize is going to be, the odds are you're going to hit your next rank. When you focus on what the PRICE is, the price that you're paying, the hours you may be spending away from your family, the money you're putting into your tank for petrol to be able to travel and go see someone. When you focus on the price you're paying, the odds are you're never going to hit your goal. When you focus on the prize and nothing but the prize, chances are you're going to hit the prize. Now, again, guys, I don't have enough time on this call to be able to get into all the details on why that's the case. You're just going to have to trust me on this. So again, here's the thing. In our business, we talk about dream stealers. I just got done explaining about like what a goalie is, someone who's trying to deliberately stop you from scoring your goal. Well, we call them dream stealers. And this is what I want to tell you about dream stealers. Sometimes dream stealers are obvious. They're your competition. There are different companies, someone who's competing with you for the same marketplace. So of course they're going to be against you. Sometimes your dream stealers are just the haters you have in your life, the people that have always been negative, the people who have always tried to put you down. Again, they're obvious, but sometimes your dream stealers are the people you're close to. My worst dream stealers when I was new in network marketing were my mom and dad. My mom and dad were worried because they didn't understand this. They saw me go to college and get a degree. They wanted me to have a quote unquote good job. They saw that my upline was making millions of dollars, and they came to the brilliant conclusion that he was using me. Wow. So the bottom line was I was so fired up. And when you're going up against a dream stealer who you know is an enemy, it's easy because you have your armor on and your sword out and you're ready for it. But when your dream stealer is someone who's part of your own family and you take off all your armor and you lay your sword down and then they're trying to kill your dreams, that's a problem. So I had to sit down. If that's the case, I had to sit down with mom and dad and explain to them, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything immoral. Support me. Believe in me. You don't need to understand it. And if it fails and I was wrong, then I'll be the first one to admit I'm an idiot. But I'm not an idiot, and I'm doing something that you should be proud of me for. I know it's not normal. I know it's not standard. So I had a hard heart-to-heart with those people. Now, let me tell you other dream stealers I had in my life. When I was going from company 2 to company 3, and I had to start all over again, I had some of my people with me, and that was the problem. Believe it or not, some of my former downline became the dream stealers in my life because they were going, well, you know, why can't it be like it was in the old company? And I like the old owner more than I like the new owner. And I don't know why they call the rank this. They should call it that. And we used to only have to do this, and now we do that. And without even realizing it, I was working with these people. I was trying to help them, but they were my dream stealers. So I had to wake up and become sober to the fact negative talk is negative talk. So whether it be an enemy, whether it be a significant other, whether it be someone on your team, you do not have time you can't afford the luxury of negative thought right now. So how do you deal with that? Same way you deal with a negative family member. You sit down and have what I call a come to Jesus meeting and say, look, you need to pull your head out and get excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about what we're doing. If you're excited about what we're doing, I'm going to support you. If you're not, I'm going to put your phone on ignore for a while because I don't have time every day to complain about it. Yes, I understand customer service isn't perfect yet. Yes, I understand we can only do NFR right now. Yes, I understand there's not a travel product, but sitting around and bitching about it isn't going to make us any money. So what can we do?
We can sell products. We have great products. So, by the way, I've sold skincare a lot of my career as a rep. This is by far the best skincare I've ever seen in the network marketing industry. And it's one of the best skincare lines I've ever seen in my life. It is incredible. Nutrition-wise, I've never seen a better line. I actually used to go to Howard Cohn. He was my doctor for a while. He's one of the best naturopathic doctors in the world. He formulated all these products. When I found that out, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So these products are absolutely incredible, and you can sell them, and you're the only people in the world who can sell them. So you need to focus on what you can do and what you're excited about. You need to get rid of those dream stealers, no matter where they're coming from, because those people are going to do more to block your goals than anything else. But here's the other one for you. Ready for the big one? Dun, dun, dun. Got to make sure you're not your own dream stealer. You got to make sure you're not your own goalie. Now, usually the way that happens is what we call limiting beliefs or crippling beliefs. So in other words, you're in your head going, well, I've never done this before, so that's your reason why you don't think you're going to have big results. Or, I already built it once and it was so hard and I've got to do it all over again. So that's your limiting or crippling belief. Or it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to really explode my sales until there's also a travel product. Again, that's your crippling or limiting belief. What you need to do is make sure your mind is got rid of all of the garbage. And again, you're focused on what you can do. You're focused on the positives. Listen, I'm just telling you this. I am more excited about what we're about to do than I've ever been before. I love the other company we're a part of. I have more faith in the owner of this company and in the quality of these products and the professionalism and the integrity that this company is run with. Again, guys, if you don't understand this, let me just pause for a minute and tell you, I had many other companies contact me and want me to be their director of training. So I am in a very fortunate position, almost like an athlete who's played for many, many years, had a lot of success. I could have gone to a lot of different places. Again, now I have a lot of friends here, and that's great. And certainly part of the reason I want to stay here is because of the relationships. But the bottom line is, if this wasn't a company that was paused to be one of the biggest companies in the history of the industry, I just wouldn't be here. I still have a lot. I've got a good 5 to 10 year run in me. And this is going to be the best 5 to 10 years of my career. So if I didn't think this company could provide us with the best possible opportunity, I wouldn't be here. And I'm just telling you, maybe that means a lot to you, maybe it doesn't. I'm just telling you, this is going to be a gigantic thing and you're on the ground floor of it. So get rid of your limiting beliefs. Now, again, let's go about setting goals. Setting a goal, it needs to be, you can't look at it and go, well, let me set a goal that's realistic. So for example, let's say that you've been in sales your whole life, and the most volume you've ever sold in a year is 75,000 in volume. And you say, okay, let me be realistic and say, if I went from 75,000, maybe this year I could sell 90,000, because in your brain, you can see how that's a possibility. That's not how you set goals. The way you set goals is you're a little kid, you're sitting on Santa Claus's knee and you go, I want to own the Eiffel Tower. I want to own 100 Lamborghinis. Like, you don't know what things cost. You're not being realistic at all. So you need to sit there and go, okay, I did 75,000, is the most I've ever done. So this year I want to do 500,000. That's a big jump. That may seem unrealistic. And here's the key. You don't know how you're going to do it. It doesn't matter how you do it. You got to put something in your brain you're excited about. So find a prize you're excited about. Pick a rank in the company. Look at those ranked up bonuses and say, okay, by the end of, okay, here's what you do. Either by the end of the year, a long-term range, I want to hit this goal. Or you could say, okay, that's my long-term goal by the end of the year, but I want to hit this rank by February 1st or by March 1st or something like that. And again, I don't have enough time to get into all the, there's no wrong way to do this. So if you say, I want to be a Royale by the end of the year, great. If you say, I want to be a Ruby by the end of the year, great. If you say, I want to be a Diamond by the end of the year, a Crown Diamond by the, whatever, you can have that objective. Or you can say, I want to be a Silver by March 1st. Whichever one is going to feel right and make you more confident. Because obviously, if you hit Silver by March 1st, you can replace that with another rank that you're going to hit by June 1st, and then another one by October 1st. So you can stair step it like that, or you can just go for the gusto and say, I'm going to be a red diamond by January 31st or December 31st this year. It doesn't matter. Again, it's potato, potato. Which one feels better to you? You need to do whichever one feels best to you. Don't worry if you know how to do it. Just put down what you want really, really, really badly. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. Now, once you do that, now you need to go to the key people on your team. And if you don't have key people on your team yet, you got to go and start recruiting a bunch of people on your team. And the most important thing is this. Find out what their goals are. If they're on this Zoom, great. Then you can get with them immediately, find out what their goals are. It makes it super easy. If they're not here, make sure you do this with them as quickly as possible. So again, if you have a whole bunch of people on your team and you are trying to get them to, not a huge rank in the company, but just something that they believe that they can do and they're excited. Maybe they just want to accomplish mission 3. You can break it down that simple that I want to have, 20 people on my team accomplish mission 3. Or maybe, you have some leaders on your team and you want to have 5 people get to Silver by the 1st of March or whatever the case might be. Again, you pick the ranks. Don't tell them what they need to do. Find out what they're excited about and help them achieve it. And as crazy as this sounds, don't worry about your rank at all. Don't even think about your rank. Here's the thing, guys. If you go to the people on your team and go, okay, so I would really like to make it the Diamond because that cash bonus to get a Diamond would really help me fulfill a lot of my objectives. So if you could go out and sell as much as you could possibly sell between now and this date, it would be really helpful so I can hit my rank. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, one of my all-time heroes, if you've been around for a while, you know Zig Ziglar is one of my heroes. And Zig Ziglar has so many great quotes about life and success. But his most famous one is this. If you help enough other people achieve what they want to achieve in life, you'll automatically get what you want. Well, he went on years later to say there's nowhere in the world that's more true than network marketing. It's just the way it's set up. So what you want to do is get with every serious person on your team in the next 24 hours, and you want to find out what is their objective and start working with them and holding them accountable. Now, again, hold people accountable. So if someone says on your team, I want to be a Ruby by a certain date, great. Then break down the numbers. You need to do this much volume. And if you want to do it by this date, then just show them mathematically how much volume they need to do each week or how much volume they need to do each day if you want to be that broken down. But the bottom line is show it to them. And then after a week, hold them accountable. Hey, how many sales have you made? I looked at your back office. We're not on pace for you to be a Ruby. So hold them accountable, because if they know someone is holding them accountable, they're going to be a lot more likely to produce at the clip they want to. Now, here's the other very big important thing. I know we're all getting to understand the comp plan right now. So here's the deal. I think by next Tuesday, you guys will have been in officially for 4 weeks. So the way the comp plan works is that first week goes away and you keep having a circulating 4-week period. Now, many of you did a lot of volume your first week because you were moving over people. That means between now and next Tuesday, you want to go as hard as you possibly can so you can use that volume from that first week to be able to hit a higher rank. And here's the thing, when that volume goes away on the whatever it is, on the 6th or whatever Tuesday is, don't go, oh, the volume went away. It's like, again, guys, you got an artificial boost because you shifted. You're going to go back to normal reality after that. And there's no reason to get depressed. Again, mental toughness. A Navy SEAL would not look at it the way I'm explaining to you right now, but I know a lot of you are not Navy SEALs mentally. So the first thing you can all embrace is, holy shit, I got to go to work as hard as I can between now and Tuesday to do as much volume, to use that first week to go as high as I can in the comp plan. Hopefully you understand that. If you don't understand that, then we are really wasting each other's times. I'm assuming that you understand that. So you want to go hard. You want to work as much, do as many appointments, use as many Zoom calls you possibly can to do as much sales you can between now and Tuesday to get the highest rank you can as fast as you can. And that becomes part of your story. Facts tell, story sell. But when that is over and that volume falls off the books, don't go into some depression. You keep going just as hard. Again, mental toughness. You're a pioneer. You are leading the way. The way you become a legend is by mental toughness, not letting anything frustrate you or get you down, adopting a pioneer's mindset. We're in the beginning of the game, guys. So again, I can't believe how quickly an hour passes. I've got to get back on another call with the people at Secret here in just a couple of minutes. I have another meeting, but this has been fun for me. Hopefully it's been fun for you. So get rid of your limiting beliefs. Set a very, very specific goal. Get with the people on your team and get their very specific goals, and then start holding them accountable. Lead by example, and more than anything, have the right attitude. Understand that the past is the past. And if you sit around and you're like Bruce Springsteen in that song Glory Days, and all you do is reminisce about how great things used to be, that's probably the worst mindset you can be in right now. I've talked about when you're in a car, there's a windshield, which is gigantic, that shows you where you're going in a little teeny tiny rear view mirror. Every once in a while, we look in the rear view mirror because A, those of us who don't study the past are doomed to repeat it. And secondly, because it's great to reminisce about some of the great things that have happened in your life. But that mirror is tiny for a reason. Right now, your objective is to stay away from that rear view mirror and look forward and just look at what's in front of you and get hungry again for achieving a new rank. And again, guys, oh my gosh, if I was in this comp plan, I would have my people so fired up because they get a cash bonus, especially if you came for a company where there was no cash bonus for a rank advancement. So let's get people fired up about what's going on. Let's go ahead and help people hit those initial ranks. Remember, people want to know what's in it for them. Forget about your promotion. Help as many people as possible rank advance. And by the way, we're doing that event in February. Got to come back to the event. How many of you and your team are going to be recognized at that first event? Certainly, whatever you do between now and the end of January, we'll have time to get you locked in where your recognition will be shown at that first event. Again, guys, when we put that thing on sale, listen to me. You do your job, I'll do mine. You sell that event like it's the most important event that we've ever had in the history of our life, because it is. It's going to create the new leaders, the new warriors, the new champions, the new $1 million ring earners. The past is the past. I enjoyed the heck out of the last 15 years. It's gone to me right now. I've closed the book. I've turned the page, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'm ready to create a greater reality here, a more successful reality here than I've ever done in my entire career. I've been blessed. I have a lot of great chapters in my book and my career, but I'm telling you, the future is going to be better than it's ever been. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry this time went by so quickly. I wish I had more time with you, but I'm sure we can do something like this, not on goal setting, but we'll do another training like this with the MAC team leaders in the near future. But for now, have a great day. God bless. And I'm going to turn it back over to my incredible friend, one of the most remarkable leaders of all the people I know in network marketing, man. If I was building a brand new downline, I might just take Stavros as my very first pick. He is one of the most remarkable leaders. I don't want to disrespect any of the other incredible leaders that I know and work with. I'm so blessed to have so many. But Stavros, if he's not the best, he's one of the very best. So, brother, put it back to you. Thank you for allowing me to have the privilege of addressing your team, and let's get busy.
Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much. That call was so fired up. And honestly, you know, we are so blessed to have Mark with us by our side. They said that the best companies in the world, they have the best training system. And I can tell you certainly on whatever we did so far as a team, as a family, you can go back in all of our YouTube training calls and in all of our Zoom calls. I was always saying the same thing. The main reason why this team is rocking it all around the world, the main reason why we have the tremendous success that we are having is the training system from Mark Aceda, the leadership factory. This is all we got. So new year, new career, new compensation plan, new products, new week today. Today is a new week, you know, Tuesday to Tuesday. So new week and new you. It's time to rock and roll. There is nothing more to be said tonight. I think it's time for all of us to stop watching right now the training call and start acting, start doing, start going through our list for tomorrow, start going through phone calls for tomorrow, preparing the week. This should be the biggest week that we had so far in Secret and can be. I know what Mark said, 5-11 week, next Tuesday will be out of the books. So we want to make sure that this week we will be even bigger than 5-11. And I know that can be bigger than 5-11 because now we know more. We are ready. We already started getting new people on board. I'm pretty sure, and I know for a fact that we have new people on board watching this call, people that they were not part of the move. And it's time for all of us to go and get some new people, go and change some more lives. Let's make it happen. The best companies in the world, they have the best training system. We do have the best training system, period. The best one outside there. So this company will become number one. This team will become number one. Let's go. It's time. Have a good night.